Welcome to another one-shot review brought to you by the students of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm your host, Mikey, and joining me are my panelists, Robert, Rebecca, Pedro Pascal, and Alec. And today we are talking about The Mandalorian Season 2, giving you our thoughts, giving you a review. We'll just get right to it. We're just going to talk about, I guess, Season 1 briefly, if anyone wants to talk about Season 1.
I thought it was better than Season 2.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I agree. I mean, I can't remember anything from Season 1.
About is that the Mandalorian took his mask off in that.
I agree. I mean, I can't remember anything from Season 1.
About is that the Mandalorian took his mask off, but I hear something. What's happening?
What is
Are we
happening?
possessed? That the Mandalorian took his mask off, but I hear something. What's happening?
Mikey, what are you doing?
I'm not doing anything.
Wait, I'm gonna see if it's me.
Are we haunted?
Did we piss off Taylor?
I think
we have to
Tom
use
Taylor.
like YouTube up.
I'm gonna see if it's me.
Yeah, does one of us have it open on a tab or something?
Not me.
Not you? Maybe in the background on YouTube?
Mikey, mute yourself and see if it stops.
Not me.
Not you? Maybe in the background on YouTube? Are we good?
It was Mikey, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
Al's
wasn't me.
frozen. Was that Al?
Okay.
Go
Well,
on.
anyway.
I think.
Mikey, mute yourself and see if it's
Oh,
it's
God.
back.
Back. Oh, no.
That's my fault.
It's Alec.
Alec.
I apologize.
It's
Alright,
okay.
It's fine, Alec.
Okay,
Yeah, but-
I asked for sharing the thing. Oh man, can we start over or no?
I mean, not really. It's
No.
already
That's
in
embarrassing.
It's the flaws that make it beautiful.
honestly. But
Alright.
yeah,
Yeah.
Season 1 I can barely remember because
Okay, so season
I
one.
just a blur. But it's good. This season was not as good as Season 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think also because like season 1 we didn't know what to expect. This season felt like it had more filler, even though season 1 was more like episodic and not as much like plot.
Mm-hmm. I think I have two main reasons why I prefer Season 1. I think that Moff Gideon was a worse villain than the Contact. God, who played? I always forget his name.
It's Herzog. It's Werner Herzog.
Yeah, Werner Herzog. Giancarlo Esposito can be a great actor. Like if anyone's
Word.
seen Breaking Bad, he's amazing in that.
Yeah, he's great.
But
He's a great villain.
yeah,
Fantastic.
Herzog just was like he was this mysterious villain. You didn't really know what was up with the Empire. He was extremely unnerving. And then Giancarlo Esposito shows up. And Moff Gideon, like, he kicks their asses, and then in the season finale of episode 1, he loses, and then he keeps losing for all of season 2. And that's like my second problem. I never felt like the main characters were ever in trouble, except the finale. And then we'll get to the finale when we get to the finale.
Yeah. I think you're right though. Like, I honestly there were times where I forgot that Moff Gideon was the villain in season 2, and because Giancarlo isn't really there that much, and it's better than season 1.
Like, you don't introduce the big bad guy, and then you have him in a TIE fighter, and he loses to a dude with a jetpack. You're like, this guy's a chump. What the fuck? What's that?
But he has a black sword, Robert, so you know it's cool. He's the ruler
Yeah,
of the Mandalore, technically.
So
Yeah,
I
he dresses up like Darth Vader.
Yeah, he's a Darth Vader fanboy. How can you not think he's super cool?
So I can't have an opinion about Moff Gideon because his arc isn't complete yet, because he's coming back for season 3. So for me, I can't say he served his purpose until he officially, is done.
Well, I can't say that I think he's been a good character for the season where he was the main antagonist, and then so I can't really. I'm not going to give him a passing grade.
Yeah,
I just wish, since he's like the main antagonist right now, that he had a little more like direct action in the conflict, like throughout the season, and not just like the big bag at the end.
Yeah, I think a big problem is also he's not like a fighter at all. He's just a dude, and he was a.
I think they explained it. He was like a strategist, where it's like, I'm always 5 steps ahead of you. Meanwhile, he lost at every single interaction.
Yeah, the only time they beat him was he got one over was because Manda was like, there's a baby here. I'm going to go leave it on this pedestal and walk down this hill and then conveniently take off my jetpack.
Well, about the jetpack, I didn't like that was a red herring. That I thought like, oh, he's putting it down for a reason. And they showed that, and that never came back into play.
Well, I think he put it down so that he couldn't then grab it and fly off. And then I don't think he had his jetpack for the rest of the show.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, what happened? He took it off, but did it explode when the Razor Crest blew up?
It was probably in the Slave one.
I think that's what was implied.
I was just kind of confused by that.
Yeah,
I hope he gets a new spaceship because I don't want him to fly around the Slave one.
Yeah.
Well, he can't because it's Boba ship.
Well, it annoyed me that you see the ship go through all the repairs and trouble throughout the season, and then they just blow it up.
That I found a tragic story. It's been through so much crap over the season, and then it gets it's unceremonious, tragic.
I thought that was kind of funny.
I do really hope so that he's driving the space equivalent of a Honda Civic.
It wasn't like the Razor Crest wasn't that cool of a spaceship. Oh, also, you know why? They don't have the copyright for the Razor Crest in Europe. So I honestly 50-50, that's why they blew it up.
Yeah.
To save money, I get it.
Save money.
Yeah, well, because I know for the Lego in Europe, they can't call it the Razor Crest. They had to call it the Mandalorian spaceship. And Star Wars is 90% merchandise.
Yeah, it's not like they have money as a company, so I get it.
But is that it on season 1? I can't talk about season 1 because I just don't remember it.
Season 1,
I think we went well past season 1 already.
Yeah, we're already in season 2 conversation, but
damn, 7 minutes.
Yeah,
I think
it's because I just know that it was good and that's it. I can't remember anything else besides that.
I love the in-depth analysis that we have.
It had Jawas. I love Jawas.
Yeah.
Jawas? Yeah.
Yeah.
In episode 2, I had almost no dialogue. I kind of like that.
Carl Weathers' character was cool. I remember that. Baby Yoda was there, and I remember that.
It's IG-11.
IG-11.
Yeah.
You know what? It had IG-11, who was awesome, and Queel. And it was actually sad when they died, and they got their asses kicked a bit. Season 1.
Robot Nanny. He is retired now, and he wants to take care of babies.
I kind of have a complaint about season 1, if I can talk about it. Actually.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know who remembers it's the scenes in depth, but so it's the season 1 finale. It's the opening scene. It's with the 2 scout troopers. It's on the right. It was a nice scene shooting the crap.
Remember they punched Grogu?
They did. But something that I did enjoy, I'm kind of a stickler for this, is that of having it's the back and forth, hey, is it alive? And they go, no, hey, you just want to see it. That one scout trooper goes, it's under his breath, oh my God. That I did not like, saying oh my God, because that doesn't fit in with Star Wars.
Except in
that
Star
just
Wars,
got to me for some reason.
They reference that in Star Wars though. Han Solo says, "I'll see you in hell" in Episode 5 when he's going out to find Luke.
I don't like all this religion in my space.
The Star Wars universe.
It's hell with me. I don't know why. I don't know. It just got to me for some.
They use stuff like that.
Dialogue.
That brushed over
me. I get it. I get it, but that small thing, I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I would have.
I think that's small enough that probably everyone but you who saw that episode forgot that.
I know. I'm weird like that, but I don't know. It just like it hurt me. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's oh my, Gorp.
I like to say that the dynamic between those two guards was hilarious.
It was good.
Yeah. I want a movie that's just a squad of clone troopers. I mean, stormtroopers, or both. I want a clone trooper movie and a stormtrooper movie.
I would like to see like an episode of just following stormtroopers in their downtime, like what they do.
Yeah, like what? It's like a Friends version, but with stormtroopers.
Yeah, and then and then it gets a horror movie as Mando kills all of them.
The hallway
they're just chilling in like the stormtrooper lounge and just
not even. Like not even. What it does is like they just suddenly disappear, but they keep going with it, and then the last character is there and just gets killed by Mando, and it's just like, well.
And the classic Mando like punches his arms through a wall and chokes him to death.
I think we have a show on our hands.
Do you know Too Many Cooks? Like that one special from adult? Yeah. Just like that, but with Mandalorian and a whole bunch of stormtroopers.
There. That'll be amazing.
Yeah, we made a show. Good job, you guys.
You just made a show.
Yeah. Just like I said, yesterday's podcast, I can write the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, and it'll be the exact same as the actual one.
Listen, if you don't do it, I'll actually be upset. You know, right? Like
I'm not gonna do it. I'm lazy.
Come on, you got to commit, Robert. Got to commit.
At most, I'll make a bingo sheet for it.
Okay, fine.
But it'll be so accurate, I'll fill in every slot.
All right, let's get back on track to season 2.
Season 2,
Star Wars.
Season 2 was cool. It was cool.
Good job, Mikey.
It was cool. Okay.
Yeah,
it was good.
Want to start with episode 9?
Episode 9, yeah. What the fuck happened?
They fight the Alaskan bullworm.
Yeah,
the Alaskan bullworm.
Yeah.
So, you said you have notes on them. I guess you could say your notes so we all remember.
Yeah, say your notes. I don't like.
It's not like summary. It's just like thoughts I had about the episode.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Each episode. Okay, I remember there was the episode where he was trapped on the ice planet with that woman's babies. That was cool.
And
then Baby Yoda kept eating her children. Yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah.
He is a monster.
Okay,
because
I want to come back to that later.
Okay.
Yeah, episode 9. It's when with the Marshal. In the
The episode's called The Marshal, but I thought it was kind of underwhelming for a season.
What's the actor's name? With Timothy Oliphant? That dude? Yeah. Okay. I like that. Cool.
Rebecca.
I said it was kind of underwhelming. I don't know. I just expected like a season premiere to be like better.
Yeah, I expected to have more gravitas, but that could have happened at any point in the season, really.
Yeah.
So, the actual episode from SpongeBob with the Alaskan bullworm was better than this. I'll say that.
Sorry.
So the Marshal, I think the season opening meet it had was I think we can all agree that season 2 had a lot of nostalgia going for it. It's a lot of pampering to the service, which we'll get to soon. But I think the need of the season opener was, hey, but Boba Fett is being referenced, and then at the end, it's Tamara is officially back. Yeah. Those two things were what gave meat to the season opener.
Fan service doesn't make a show.
That's true.
But you do.
Though this season really tried.
Yeah, I mean, this episode felt like filler. Like, I feel like it could have happened like in like the middle of the season, but like I was fine with it just because of the fan service. Like, because like seeing.
I don't like Boba Fett.
I don't think any of the episodes of the season are bad, but it just felt like overwhelming coming right off of the season finale of season 1.
Yeah. I loved all the stuff with the Tusken Raiders. I think that the fact that they turned Tusken Raiders from just like random antagonists to like a people is awesome.
Yeah.
See, I agree with you, but I do have one like gripe with it. I'm a little disappointed that like every town we go to, we get a character, but with them, there's like not a single one that stands out. And nobody has a name or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Well,
I mean,
not like the
cool.
movies, you know what I mean? Or like, you know, it's every background character has a name in the movies. You know?
Well, like you just haven't met any. I think her thing is like, yeah, we don't have an actual Tusken Raider character yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Also, we still don't know. I want to know what a Tusken Raider child looks like. Is it just a small version of a Tusken Raider with the mask and everything?
Well,
It's
no,
been
but
a minute since I watched Attack, so I don't remember.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's I hear like, you know, it's what you're saying. It's cool of how the Raiders went from it's a force that's like it's hostile to being like, you know, it's more sympathetic for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Which I
goddamn inner rimmers coming out here settling their land.
Yeah.
Taking their moisture forms.
Favreau knew. I think Favreau. I think he was trying to tell us something.
Yeah. This episode, I think it was cool. A lot of fan service. The thing is, like, unlike Robert, I'm actually like a Boba. I love Boba Fett. I think he's cool. I know just for a simple reason. It's like he just looks cool. He sells toys. That's how I was as a kid. I was like, this motherfucker looks awesome. I'm gonna go with it. But that was cool. And then him actually showing up was like, holy shit, he's okay. Because like.
So like, you know, I'm just kind of curious, like, it's from the first viewing, what was your immediate reaction on seeing Tamara Morrison? Like, what did you like think like straight away? I'm just curious.
Shit.
I didn't recognize him at first.
I was like, is that supposed to be Boba Fett?
I was like, oh my god, that's Tamara, that's Boba, he's confirmed, like he's been confirmed, so I knew immediately it was Boba Fett.
I literally thought, I was like, either this is Boba Fett or fucking Jango just made another fucking clone out of nowhere that we did not know about. That's what I thought.
Actually, there's millions of clones of them out of nowhere. It could have been anyone.
But it was cool. The first episode was cool. I liked it. I mean,
great fight scene.
I thought the Marshal would tag along at some point. I thought like he was gonna tag along with Mando, but obviously that didn't happen. But yeah.
And also something I found on my second viewing of the episode is with the Krayt Dragon. I don't know if anyone here noticed, but the aspect change, it's the ratio change, it's in the fight. I don't know if anyone noticed that.
I would have noticed.
I watched everything one time, so I cannot tell you about details involving the show.
I just thought it was cool.
The thing is like y'all are gonna talk when it comes to like theorizing and like timeline shit. Y'all, I don't know, we're talking about more than I am because like I don't remember the first 3 Star Wars films. Like I watched them, I know they happened, but like I cannot give you details on like what happened with Luke.
4, 5, and 6, or 1, 2, and 3.
Not the ones like the 4, 5, and 6.
Get out of here! Get off this podcast.
I can't. Like I have to rewatch
this.
But it's been a long time since I watched them.
It's okay. The only Star Wars movie that matters is Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, that I remember watching. Like
I own 1 through 6 and Rogue One.
You the chosen one. I hate you. Like I remember that shit.
Well, yeah, those 1, 2, 3 also has Mace Windu in it.
Yeah,
and he's never coming back.
My brother, the baddest motherfucker in the galaxy. At me.
Listen, Star Wars has shown it consistently.
In the galaxy.
You get one black person per trilogy, except Episode 9 had brought back. Why am I forgetting his name?
Finn, not Finn.
No, Finn was always in.
Lando,
and then Lando tried to have sex with his own daughter.
Listen. At the end of the podcast, I have to go on a rant on how like LucasArts hates black people, but that's for later. But so like when it comes to timeline wise, I'm gonna be a little lit because I don't really remember. I know I watched them, but I don't really remember everything that happened.
Happens after episode 6, so there's not too much timeline stuff going on.
Yeah, and then episode 7 takes place like 25 years after this.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Anyway, episode 2.
Yeah.
What happened in episode 2? Was
Ice
that when they
Planet
go
with
to
spiders.
what
It
happened?
was the passenger.
Ice Planet with the spider eggs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking Grogu. Baby Yoda's a fucking monster. I hated that
It's a
so much.
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
He
fucked
ate
up.
her children.
That's considered. Wasn't that considered genocide? Because there was only like those 2 left of their species.
It's on a
I
small.
think
Yes.
Yeah.
No, was
I
it
don't know if
those? Were they the only ones left in their species, or like, I
think-
thought they're just doing this to populate? Like, you know, they're
Pretty
just trying to have
sure.
kids.
I don't think it was genocide, but it was still
Still
infanticide.
fucked up.
It was infanticide.
Like, were they the last 2 other species? I wasn't sure.
I don't think they were.
I don't think they were.
I like the design of them though. I loved the when they show up, like the couple when they finally meet together.
I thought it was
when they arrive on the
adorable.
I thought it was so cute.
I thought it was adorable.
Can I just say, I love all the like stupid like sci-fi names in Star Wars.
Yeah, the frog.
Just call them frogs.
Yeah.
That's like that reminds me of like in Pokemon, they'll have like there's no actual animals, but they
I don't
constantly
think- well-
refer to animals.
It
Like,
reminds me of
It's
like
I don't
District.
think.
Oh, Al, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, like I don't think that race has ever been seen, so it's entirely new. So, but just calling them the Frog Lady, it's and the Frog Man are the only things we know. So,
It
I think
reminds
that
me of like District 9. You ever watch District 9?
Yeah.
And they call them prawns.
Oh, prawns. Yeah. Fucking prawn. Yeah, I love that
It's a
shit.
good movie.
Man,
I thought that was
compared to
good. I like spiders, and I hated those. Like spiders,
I didn't like it either.
are just freaks.
Oh, and then especially that big spider at the end. I was like, holy shit! Nope, not about it.
yeah, I don't know. It's who here's seen but Rebels.
I've not seen Rebels.
I've
I've only seen the scenes with Ahsoka in them.
Okay, well, because I don't know because like. So I think a few were saying like, oh, like it's the same spiders seen in but Rebels, and I don't know if they were. They're called like the Cricknas. It's a weird name.
Is Rebels good? Like, is
No.
that the question? Is it good?
I enjoyed it.
It's about the same quality as the Clone Wars, so it's a show for like that was
It's like-
originally targeted at like 13-year-olds.
Early Clone Wars quality.
Okay. That's the question. I didn't want to watch it because I was like, this is probably gonna be bad. So like, I'm not gonna waste my time with it.
But anyway,
Yeah,
it was the worst episode of the season just because it all felt like filler.
It
what?
did.
The second one?
Yeah, the second one. All episodes were solid, but that episode, especially it's from my dad was saying, oh, it felt like not much happened. It felt like a bridge episode, which it was. It's a 2-parter.
I don't particularly mind that.
I don't
as
either.
long as I enjoyed what happened, and I was like, ooh, it's weird. It's like in episode 4 when they land on the asteroid and there's the weird pterodactyl winged monsters and there's the giant worm. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Well, Mikey does.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Is that the Empire Strikes Back? when that
Yeah,
happens?
episode 5.
Yeah.
You gotta have the weird just alien monsters that no one knows anything about in Star
That's
Wars.
fun to watch. It's super
Also,
cool.
everything that has an alien an alien actually doing something is better because Star Wars doesn't use aliens enough.
Yeah.
It's cool how the Frog Lady was starting to. It's like hop as
she was running.
Yeah,
I
I
wanted her to strangle Grogu because he ate her children.
I'm like fully convinced that he's gonna end up like a Sith or something.
Oh no! He can't because I'm going to skip forward. He gets brought to the Jedi Temple by Luke Skywalker, and all the Padawans at the temple were either murdered by Kylo Ren when he turned to the dark side, or turned into the Knights of Ren. And then the Knights of Ren were also all murdered by Kylo Ren. Ben Solo murdered Baby Yoda.
Which we'll get to that soon.
We'll get to that soon, yeah. But so like talk about episode 3, I guess. What happened? So 3 was when they got to that planet, his ship, like he almost sunk his own ship because it was just fucked up.
Yeah.
They meet Bo-Katan.
Oh, bro, listen, man. Oh my God, hold on.
That was just a plot episode. I feel pure, just like driving things along.
because Sasha Banks plays that other Mandalorian. I was like, oh my god, it's
Oh,
Sasha
she's the one
Banks.
with the stupid like braids.
Yeah, why
My
is
queen.
that?
My
Max Rose,
queen.
I think her name
She is
was.
my queen. I was like, girl, get your money. Like, you gotta leave WWE at some point. Like, get your money. Like, I was so happy. I was so proud.
I thought it was pretty cool that they had the voice actors for Bo-Katan.
I know.
Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
I think I think like the whole fandom just rejoiced with that because that is super rare, like in like that type of industry.
I
It's
think
like
this is like that actress I'm not a fan of because like what's her name? Katie Sackhoff. Because like she's in the Flash and I hate her in the Flash. So
Well, everyone in the Flash sucks. So
yeah, well, but I remember her in Riddick, the movie Riddick. She was cool in that. But yeah, she's cool. She's a cool actress. She was my pick to pick Captain Marvel originally because I feel like she looked the part. But word.
yeah, I don't really have much. I liked that the Imperials were fanatics and they like were prepared to kill themselves.
yeah, that was
because like it makes sense that the Imperials who would stay as part of the Empire after it collapsed and be part of these like remnants on the ass end of the galaxy are insane people.
Yeah.
I did like how when Bo-Katan explained that like there are like zealot Mandalorians that are like, yeah, this is the way, blah blah blah. Then there's them. I like that a lot, and like the fact that Mando didn't even know which one he was a part of.
She really just told him he was in a cult.
I
think
right.
No, he's part of because the Death Watch take off their helmets and stuff all the time.
Yeah,
he's part of like probably if he's like I wouldn't be surprised if it's a splinter cell from the Death Watch. So he's the cult part of a cult
extremist.
Extremist. Yeah. That's a place you don't want to be.
Yeah.
If you had to pick.
Except he had no choice. His parents were killed, and he was brought in.
He was a foundling. Yeah, didn't have much choice, but still.
It was like,
I mean, it was a cool episode. I mean, I as I said, what me and Christian said, like that frog scene where they get together is so cute. It's adorable.
Really nice.
I love the design of the island the planet they were on, the walkers in the water.
It looked like shit.
I thought that was cool.
All of it looked shitty, like intentionally.
Well, yeah, it's like half of Star Wars is that every planet is full of it's just crap. It's a crap planet full of crap people.
Yeah,
the walkers are like repurposed, or they were like originally designed to be cranes, and it was just refurbished for war.
I bet they just took AT-ATs.
Yeah. I also thought it was funny that like when Mando was asking those like fishermen for help, and they're like tricked you. They were like go almost ate eating alive. I thought it was like, oh my god, is he dead? Did they kill him? Because he was just like, yum. And I'm like, wait, but I was like, wait, he deserved it. He killed children. He killed unborn children, so he deserves it.
I forget the names. It's of the people who like crossed.
They're the other aliens that live on Mon Calamar.
Oh, I should know this.
That's all I have to say about that episode. It was good. It was adorable. My wife was there getting money, so I'm chilling.
Episode 4, Chapter 12, The Siege. This one was directed by Carl Weathers.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. That was cool.
I was looking back on the Wikipedia before we did this, and I completely forgot about this episode.
Yeah.
Actually, what happened in this episode?
So they learn about the blood. It's the M count, which I think we all know what that is.
Yeah.
So, which I want to talk about. So they're bringing it back. They're bringing back the M word.
Stop ignoring the prequels. Mandalorians exist now, and we all have to deal with it. They're the powerhouse of the Force.
Yeah.
But they're bringing back like cloning and stuff like that. It makes sense with what they did in like episode 9, even though like I'm not gonna get into that. But part of me wonders if they're gonna bring back like the Force Unleashed kind of stuff with like not
Force Unleashed.
That kind
Force
of like
Unleashed, you say.
Stuff.
If you want to talk about Force Unleashed, I can talk about Force Unleashed.
Make Star Killer canon.
I don't think they're gonna make Starkiller canon. That dude
Starkiller was my favorite Star Wars character ever. The fact he's not canon pisses me off.
I mean,
no, he's ridiculous. He's so ridiculous. They turned him into one of the most important characters in Star Wars.
Dude,
they're like, your family crest will be the symbol of the rebellion. It's like,
he defeats Vader, and it's Anne Palpatine, and like, okay, he can't be.
Like the fact that
he captures Darth Vader and imprisons him.
Yeah.
Like,
how do you even deal with that?
This man was powerful as shit, died, then got a clone. Then that clone died, then got another clone that was like had like no soul and was a cold-blooded killer. I thought it was so funny. And oh god, dude,
Real canon is some good stuff.
Dude, that ultimate ending where if you get the evil ending in Force Unleashed 2 and you get the crazy like no soul clone, wild. I murdered mad people. Oh,
I remember almost nothing from the plot except I played it on Wii.
Ew.
It's not the best platform to play that game.
No,
I remember that you meet Ayla Secura's Padawan, and she's hot and a Sith.
I think it's Shakti's Padawan.
Which
right?
one is the Twi'lek? Shakti or Ayla Secura?
It's Ayla. It's Twi'lek.
Ayla.
Shakti is
Shakti? I always say her name like that.
She's the whatever race.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, like Ahsoka's race. Yeah, I don't. Wait, do they ever have a name for that race?
Yes, they do.
I don't remember what it is.
No,
They call themselves the Shaktians?
No, it's Torgruda is what it's called.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is Shakti. Mars Brood. Mars Brood was cool, and she had a bunch of Rancors.
Yeah.
Well,
back to episode 4.
Yeah, back to the episode. I mean, she was cool. Weathers did a good job. I'm sorry, Kylo Creed did a good job.
It's Grogu having those cookies.
Macarons, yeah.
A meme moment.
And then like the next day, Binging with Babish had making macarons from The Mandalorian with Jon Favreau come out.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Something about when they don't disguise like what they're doing just I don't know if it annoys me or just makes me laugh, but the fact they're just normal macarons.
Like I will admit, blue macarons look like something you would eat in Star Wars.
It would, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like not everything has to be bantha milk.
It's kind of like the blue milk.
No, those were probably made with bantha milk.
Maybe.
They're blue. Bantha milk's blue.
Yeah, explains
Yeah.
blue.
So, question about the episode. So that episode started the theories about cloning because because that person in that capsule looked like Snoke, but people were questioning it.
Oh, I don't think it's
more
I
or
don't
less
think it's Snoke.
I have no
I don't think it's
clue.
Snoke, and I don't think it's Palpatine. I don't think they're setting up episode 7 in this or 9. I think it's just Moff Gideon wanted to clone, or maybe the big bad is above Moff Gideon's maybe Blue Man group with Thrawn. I think they're just trying to clone Force sensitives.
Yeah,
That was
that's what I was thinking.
And
maybe
so they're going to clone Starkiller.
Or is Starkiller and he's canon now.
It's more sensitive.
Doesn't? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's one theory that I had was that the Moff Gideon is in the Empire Splinter Group, but they were trying to make it's man-made Force sensitive by the blood transfusions, and that's what I thought was going to happen. Which I thought, but that would have been different if they made it's man-made Force sensitive people.
That's possible. And they could be like maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if the war works like that right now. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think Mandalorians have a lot of leeway. But I feel like if you could just steal Jedi like Force blood and put it in you, that's something that would have like shown up a lot.
Just imagine like someone's getting a transfusion, you just like immediately start lifting shit.
Like you bet, like Siths would just have like battery banks of people and just
they have to carry dead bodies. They have to carry the bodies of like Force sensitive people and use in combat, like a backpack with like a needle strapped to their arms. To just use
that's extremely grimdark for Star Wars.
It'll just be Jedi Bane, basically.
Basically, yeah. It's like Venom. Yeah. I just realized that the actor who voiced and modeled Star Killer actually voices Darth Maul now.
Yeah, Sam Witwer.
Sam Witwer, yeah.
He's great. He's
awesome.
really good. He also plays Palpatine. It's when they can't get Ian McDermott.
Yeah.
It shocked me that Ian McDermott is like, he played the Palpatine in episode? Didn't he play it in multiple things?
With Sam is as Palpatine.
No, Ian, the original.
Yeah, he played Palpatine first in Return of the Jedi. Then he was brought into The Empire Strikes Back through
yeah. It's kind of crazy that he's like Palpatine in the prequels and the original.
It's in the sequels too. He's all across the whole saga.
Yeah, but we'll not talk about that.
Yeah.
It's just that powerful, guys.
So is that good on episode 3? Should we move on to 4 again?
That was 4. We're going to 5.
That one also, they constantly reinforced the fact that the Empire has no safety precautions. There are no guardrails anywhere. Yeah. It's like, why? Why don't you just put a guardrail?
Yeah, stormtroopers have genes as well.
I think episode 4 kind of started a problem I have without the season is that, okay, stormtroopers it's kind of a joke that stormtroopers are bad. They are way too bad in this show. They literally never hit anything. Or when they do, the only person they hit is Mando, and he's invulnerable. And so I'm just constantly like, anytime a stormtrooper shows up, I'm like, just fucking die of a heart attack already. You're useless. And it got comical to me. And this was a part where I'm just like, they're never in danger at all this season. They just stormed a base and fine. Like Carl Weathers, he's not even he's just a dude, and he's just blasting around. He's not even like a bounty hunter.
All helps.
Even I always forget her name. Like Cara, what's her name?
Cara Dune.
Cara Dune. Yeah, she's just a person technically.
But she was like a rebel shock trooper badass. Carl Weathers was the guy who ran the local bounty hunters guild.
She bulked up this season. She really did. I don't know if
Carla was already pretty buff.
Yeah, well, no, right, she was, but especially from
she was a UFC fighter for God's sake.
Yeah, she could kill us.
She
I used to watch her fight when I was younger, dude. She was a monster.
She was good. It's in the Mithral from the first episode. Also came back too. I thought that was cool.
The what?
It's from the first it's from the series opener. It's who we go.
Yeah, that was fun. That was like a funny thing.
It showed the Dark Troopers too to the audiences, which I thought was cool.
Dark Troopers, that thing that did nothing.
I was really excited for them too. Finally, a legitimate threat.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, they're droids. Mando has PTSD about droids. That's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
We're just gonna vacuum them out in the space.
The final episode.
Yeah. Episode 5, The Jedi.
The Jedi.
The Jedi.
Unsurprisingly, this one was written and directed by Dave Filoni.
Which everybody knew that this was the Ahsoka episode. Everybody knew it.
Michael didn't.
Also, I'd like to say, I don't know. One thing is, she's not her whole thing was that she's not a Jedi in Rebels.
I left the Jedi Order. Yeah, I really like seeing her in this. They did it way better than I thought they would, even though she looks a little bit off, I think. But
yeah, no, it's like a minor complaint.
Too preachy for someone who left the Jedi.
Though she left the Jedi, she's a lot older than she was when she left, and I will say that
she's more cynical.
I just want to say the fact that Rosario Dawson was fan casted for years to play Ahsoka, and the fact that she actually is doing it now is pretty cool.
That is
cool. It throws me off seeing her, and it's not because I just don't think there's a way to have a person take an animated character and bring it to live action is always harder than doing live action to animated.
Yeah.
They did, especially Ahsoka in the show doesn't look like she's an alien. She has like big cartoony eyes and stuff. And so, and this is just a design company. In Rebels, like as an adult, she has like her head tentacles are like much longer and they're bigger, and it's like she's an adult. But they look exactly as she does when she's a kid in when they brought her to live action.
Yeah, okay. I noticed that. I think it's just like the makeup not staying up.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's so how I thought of her was like immediately I was like, how does she compare to Ashley? And so to me, I thought Rosario did good with what she was given. To me, I don't know if I'm like thinking too much, but she seemed to talk like Ashley would. It's like her speech patterns and stuff like that. She spoke very similar to how she would back in like, Clone Wars and Rebels, and that I liked.
I mean, that's at least a plus. I mean, that she's paying attention to the character.
Right. Yeah. And so, like, I assume that she spoke with Ashley, it's in some capacity, just to have, like, a feel of how the character is. So, to me, I thought that Rosario captured Ahsoka's character well, to me.
So I haven't seen I've seen like a few bits of Rebels, and it's mainly Ahsoka fighting Darth Vader. So I don't really know what her character is like in that, because in Clone Wars she's obviously often a very like happy, funny, optimistic. Yeah, and she's like not that in Mandalorian. But I haven't seen Rebels, and I assume she got a lot less happy with the world when the Empire took over.
Relatable.
And everyone she knew died.
She's been through a lot.
My question is, because I'm not on top of my Star Wars canon, but like those lightsabers look cool as shit. When the fuck were there lightsabers where you could just pull out of it forms with like what the fuck?
She just turned them on and pulled them as they turned on.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
There's no special feature.
Yeah, just for flair.
Okay, is this for flair? Okay.
Yeah.
They look cool as shit. I thought there was like a custom type of new type of lightsaber they made for something like that.
When I saw that scene, and I was like, "What's the point?" There's no point to that at all. You press a button and they come out.
The special thing about her lightsabers is that they're white, and it's because she took Sith crystals and purified them, I think.
That's cool though. I mean, they look cool.
Yeah.
So she had blue ones. She had like double blue ones previously, right?
They were like bluish green, but then in the final season, she just has blue ones.
Yeah.
Also, because I'm also like, I never really finished Clone Wars. Like, I'm still in the process of finishing it. But like, what happened with? Because remember, she used to hold her lightsabers like in reverse, grip. What happened with that?
Probably just super hard to actually do in real life.
Yeah, because that
does not make sense as a way to.
Because Jedi because I've seen Jedi that still use reverse grip. Like, I mean, Star Killer's not canon anymore, but he rocked.
I think that's just something that probably doesn't translate too well to
choreography and fighting.
All right, but it's still cool as shit.
So Ahsoka came in. To me, it was cool of how like the first shot shows her immediately, and I was like, okay, Dave, he's not screwing around. Like he showed her off the bat, which I enjoyed. It's and they showed Batython. It's all it's glory and stuff. Wait, no. Wait, but wrong planet. It's the other planet. I thought it was a cool planet of showing like the world like in fire because it was like raised and everything like that.
It reminded me of like Verdun in World War I.
A little bit. And it's cool with it's with the villain. It's of the week. It's her name was it's Morgan. It's Elsbeth is her name. I thought she was cool, but that fight scene was cool.
That stuff was dope.
It was.
That spear was pretty cool. I was like, oh shit, that's dope.
I will say, I thought like Ahsoka should have fucking like trashed her.
Right.
Also, you have
she has her force.
Use that.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a lot of force used, which I thought was
weird. Yeah. Like literally, like force push, force grip. Use that. You can take her out no problem.
Yeah.
Well, budget, you know.
There's a whole thing with like in Star Wars. It's like the people who use lightsabers are Jedi, Sith, and a crazy cyborg with like mechanic robot strength.
Count Dooku. I remember that motherfucker.
So, what was your immediate? So from the episode, how was your immediate like reaction to Grogu's name?
I hate it.
It's a name.
Hated it.
It's the name of the son in America, Roger's son in American Dad.
Yeah, that's the same thing for me too.
Like every time I say Grogu, I just think Grogu.
Yeah, exactly.
It's for me. I like it. Like it's weird. It's Star Wars, like
Yeah.
sounding name. It's cool to me. I like it.
Like I literally was like, I'll take it. Fine,
Yeah.
whatever.
I
Like
would have had a different opinion if I never watched American Dad. I'd be like, oh, Grogu, that's a alien name. I could feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too close.
After that, it just ruined the entire thing for me.
Something I enjoyed too was when Ahsoka said, like, "Oh, I only knew, of the Master Yoda." I don't know if anyone noticed, but I think with the score, it's a small piece. It's of the theme for but was played. It's for Yoda's theme was played, which I thought was a size.
But what about Master Yaddle?
She got no love.
Yeah.
So my assumption is that Ahsoka joined the Order when Yaddle left.
Or maybe they just erased Yaddle from existence and no one cared.
That doesn't make sense.
Because we hate women in Star Wars.
That doesn't make sense, like franchise-wise, if she's coming into the Lego Skywalker Saga game.
The Lego games aren't like no one's like the canon's Lego.
Well,
I think they kind of just ignore that Yaddle exists.
It's all I'm saying is that it's not like she's erased. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So maybe Yaddle moved on after Phantom Menace, and who knows?
We never saw her again, so highly probable.
Except also too about the episode. I enjoyed that contrast with Mando. It's in the bounty hunter. It's who was employed. It's Elsbeth. I forget his name.
He's in.
I kind of liked that because it was like we got a sword fight, like basically a sword spear fight with like Ahsoka and that woman, and then we got a Western type of feel, like gunfight with Mando and that
Bounty hunter guy.
They also had like the robot. She had robots too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. It was like a reminder that Star Wars is a mix of many genres.
Yeah, like you have the
Western though.
Also, I think there's a thing where the other bodyguard is an alien, and I also want to say maybe Predator. He's an alien in another movie, and in both of those he uses a shotgun, and in this he basically is using a shotgun.
Wait, the actor you mean?
Yeah.
He was the father, I think, of Kyle Reese or John Con. I forget which one.
Is he the dad in Terminator?
It's in the first Terminator, yeah. I forget for whose character though. Maybe Kyle Reese. I forget.
I can't find the actor.
Okay. Something else, except also too, it's something else I saw but just before he meets the Ahsoka Mando, I don't know if anyone noticed, but I think it was at the top of the screen. It was an owl, and I think that was Morai. I don't know if anyone knows who that is.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And they basically have this owl and it basically represents Ahsoka, and that's it.
I think it's supposed to be from the light, because the Clone Wars had like an arc of like the son, the father, and the daughter.
They land on a planet that's like the Force planet, and there's the father who's like the unified cosmic living force, and then his son and daughter who are the dark and light side. And it's a good thing because like the son who's the dark side like shows Anakin like a glimpse of the future and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's Michael Ben who plays Kyle Reese in Terminator and is a guy in Aliens where he uses a shotgun in both.
Okay, that's cool.
Nice little detail.
Was that all for episode 5?
Yeah.
You can talk about the spear, but that's it.
It was a solid episode.
I think like there's a lot of writing on Ahsoka showing up and the origins of Grogu, and I'm not going to say like I was blown away, but they did a good job, and I don't have any like real complaints besides Grogu's a dumb name.
I wanted Mando to scream "I love you, dog" to Grogu while he was training him, like the me. That would be funny. I wanted him to scream at him.
I didn't realize it. Okay, yeah.
God damn it! Like this.
Wouldn't do that.
Episode 6, Chapter 14, The Tragedy, directed by Robert Rodriguez.
I was surprised. I was like, "What the hell? People are still giving him work." I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, he's making that thing that's coming out
on the girl, so it's okay.
Listen, that We Can Be Hero shit was also surprising. I was like, "Why is this happening?" But like, you know,
it stars Pedro, so you know.
This man should have stopped at fucking Spy Kids.
Wrong.
Oh, sorry, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. That was it. He was done.
It's very hard to point at people on this, especially because I'm inverted.
Yeah, I know it's inverted.
Yeah, I just looked like an idiot on camera right there for a second.
Yeah, I do. Okay, so this one, it brought in Boba Fett, and I was not too happy with Boba Fett being like a good guy.
I was actually surprised how much I liked him in this.
Oh, I loved him in this.
I will say I had like problems because like I'm like Boba Fett's not a Mandalorian, he's a fucking poser, and he is.
Yeah.
But they deal with that. That was like a big complaint of mine, and then they like dealt with it in the finale. So I was like, oh, so I mean.
Well, they just retconned it, and
the thing with the codex.
Yeah, but then like the real Mandalorians were like, "Fuck you, punk."
Yeah.
But okay, wait. So Django was a foundling.
Django from Django Unchained. Yeah.
Yes,
Django was a foundling and also a horrible person.
Yeah. So that codex thing, I was like, what's that about? Like, I meant like to prove that like the armor actually like belongs to him, even though it kind of doesn't.
It's like a family tree.
Yeah.
So Django is a foundling. Is that what they said?
I think that was kind of, but like, Boba was also not. Boba was raised by a bunch of bounty hunters. Not
Boba was
Django.
made by a clone. You know. And,
yeah. One, they think he's trash because he's a clone, which was kind of funny and interesting that like people have that view. And two, he's like, Boba Fett's a horrible person. Like he is just evil.
So the episode had Boba, Fennec Shand come back.
Okay, is that Ming-Na Wen's character?
Yes.
Okay, props to her. She been getting work. I was like, okay, Ming-Na Wen. Ever since Agent S.H.I.E.L.D, she been getting mad at work. And I was like, okay, good for you.
I thought her being a cyborg was interesting.
Yeah.
She's dope. Well, the thing is, like, with like Mandalorian, I'm kind of upset that like I don't get to see her fight more because she's a dope martial artist. Like I love her in Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. So like I don't want Ming-Na Wen to be on the screen and not have her fucking fist fight somebody. You know?
Yeah, but like fist fighting isn't just like it's just not really Star Wars. You don't really get many like you get like some people like punching each other, but like everyone has laser guns, and then the people who don't have laser guns have laser swords.
Yeah,
just a complaint. About the armor, how it's just made out of plastic, and one blunt hit kills them instantly.
So here's the thing. I saw a thing that like, what if it like, so body armor in real life, you get shot, you don't like the bullet doesn't go through, and so you don't like get shot. Yeah, it disperses and you get knocked on your ass. So people are like, what if they're just getting shot? It's dispersing, they're getting knocked out. Because like, why would they be dead?
Yeah, but you wouldn't have any force to it, you know.
People do get like back up from getting shot in this. But yeah, this.
I'm just saying, using a Glock, probably more efficient.
Yeah.
Just
Alex,
up to the head. I didn't want to do anything.
Yeah, like I just want Django Unchained to come out of nowhere and just like actually shoot him with a real gun and see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, in like the lore, the Mandalorians used I forget what they call them, bolt throwers maybe. No, but real guns, and they used them against Jedis when like there was a war between Mandalore and Jedi, because when it first started, they'd try to deflect it with their lightsabers. It would just melt it and just fly through and kill the Jedi, just a molten slag. But then they started using the Force, and then the Force just cut all the bullets.
I mean, this episode, most important, this episode reminded me that freaking Boba has knee rockets, like knee guns. I was like, that's cool.
His target.
I totally forgot about that.
They're cool or stupid.
Yeah,
so one thing is, I think the armor doesn't really fit him, and it looks weird.
Because like he's wearing
that episode looks better in the other episodes.
Yeah, because he's wearing a dress. That's why it doesn't look right.
Like his outfit just doesn't look right.
Well, that and all. Well, like he gained weight, so
I mean, that's true, he's but like if he's wearing like a bodysuit, that would maybe look better than like a robe that he puts on.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Also, this episode was a big part of the fucking clones. Stormtroopers are useless. They're never in any danger, and all the stormtroopers who ever show up should just die of heart attacks because they're as useful as stepping stones. Because the dude gets a fucking web blaster out, and what does he do? He just shoots at the feet of the god of that chick. It's like, oh my god, and it's such a long scene. It's like fucking Christ.
And the whole scene with the boulder just rolling down the hill is like, oh, let's shoot at it instead of moving out of the way. That'll do it.
It's like he brought the dumbest stormtroopers possible.
Yeah, true. But like that moment, that scene where like you see Boba in the suit, and I'm just like, that's okay. There we go, and they all just die. Like that scene where he takes out the ship just with his backpack rocket. I was like, holy shit, Boba's back. Let's go. I was so. That was cool stuff. I mean, what else happened besides that?
He kidnapped Baby Yoda because Mando was like, there are people down there. I have a fucking a disintegrator rifle and I have scopes, but I'm gonna go walk down the hill and leave the baby.
Yeah, didn't freaking Grogu make a damn force field out of nowhere because then he shouldn't have. So then he could have been like, I'll just wait here with the force field, baby, and watch them and see what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. And when he immediately left, the force field went down. And the entire time he was like, all right, I guess I don't have any other choice. I have to stay here and fight. No, he could have just left right then and there.
If he He's like, I have to take my jetpack off. That's not going to be useful.
Yeah.
But they had to have the Dark Troopers do something, and kidnap them.
I know, but the Dark, Moff Gideon didn't outsmart anyone. Well, he did. He outsmarted them, not because he was being smart, but because everyone else was being really, really stupid. They could have just sent down a ship and grabbed them. It literally could have been anyone. Them being the Dark Troopers wasn't even the useful part.
Well, they had a tracker, so.
Yeah, but
they needed to just show the Dark Troopers anyway. So
yeah, I guess they just wanted to show them off and show that they can fly.
But when they had for the Dark Troopers in a previous episode, I thought that they were actual people for a second, and I was like, huh. But then they were robots. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, in I think it was a Battlefront game is where Dark Troopers are originally from.
I don't know.
Weren't they from I think that they were from a book series, weren't they?
Maybe. I think they're also in a game though.
Who reads books?
Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, I can't read, so
they're from Star Wars Commander.
Oh, okay.
And the Star Wars Command. Oh wait, no, the Star Wars Commander, Star Wars Dark Forces, whatever the hell that is. Yeah, so they're from old EU stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, that episode really reaffirmed my oh my god, they're it's the threat level is comical and the amount of danger they're in at any time is zero.
That's true.
Something I appreciated about the episode was that about Boba, it's his episode, but he had some great lines in this. One that freaked people out. Well, on the internet, it was this quote saying, "It's not just it's just a simple man trying to make his way through the galaxy, just like my father is before me." Same thing was said by Jango back in episode 2, Attack of the Clones, when talking to Obi-Wan. just a simple man trying to make his way through the galaxy. Same thing. That was really cool.
And it was a lie. He's
like
a war criminal and a Imperial a better. Boba
Yeah.
Fett's a monster, and so is Django.
But
Oh,
also,
no. Don't.
something that I liked just because it was super badass was when he is flying up, then he sees the Imperial ship. It's the way that Tamara, it's how he delivered. He said, "Hey, they're back. It's the Empire. They're back." He delivered it very much like same guy is who voiced Boba back in episode 5, Jason Wingreen. He sounded very similar to that, and that was super cool of how he said, "They're back. The Empire. They're back." It felt so just. It was cool of how it was delivered. I liked it.
I couldn't tell you a single line Boba Fett said in the original trilogy.
I can do it right now, but
I remember
Well,
him
that's because
dying.
there's not many. You could probably. It's like takes 10 seconds to memorize all of them.
yeah.
I remember him dying. That I remember from the original trilogy.
I remember him dying. I remember him standing around when they freeze Han Solo and Kryptonite.
Bless you.
Zoom time.
Thank you.
But
Okay,
yeah, it's so cool. Just like I liked seeing that moment when Boba just comes out. I think it's really cool.
Yeah. It was really nice.
He took out a ship by himself. I love it.
And then he looks to the camera. He looks at the camera. That was
Okay. Should we do the next one?
Yeah.
Episode 7, Chapter 15, The Believer by Rick Famu.
The Bieber, got it.
Belieber.
Yeah,
Bieber.
I don't know. Some director, I don't know who he is.
What's the name?
Rick Famuyiwa? I don't know how to say
You
it.
like this?
yeah,
Holy
Glow.
shit.
Yeah, Glow, right? I think
You watch Dope?
You did
Oh,
Glow?
Dope, that's it.
Are you kidding me?
hmm
I love that movie. Oh, I love. He was supposed to direct the Flash movie at one point, but then left for creative differences.
It's I think in Dope, I think it's the same guy who is the voice of Miles in Spider.
Yeah, Shamik Moore.
Yeah.
The movie's great. Oh, I love Dope. But
Back to Mandalorian.
well,
Yeah. This was my favorite episode this season. Bill Burr was great.
It was good.
Oh God, I love Bill Burr so much.
No Grogu this episode.
That honestly, I had no problem with Grogu not being there.
Yeah, who needs Grogu when we got Bill Burr?
Yeah, I
don't know much about. I mean, he's just a comedian. I don't really know. I never watched his stand-up or anything like that, but he was pretty good and stuff, so I liked it a lot.
He's also in Breaking Bad, and his stand-up's like, I'm an irreverent asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in his podcast, he talked about how like he doesn't give a shit about Star Wars, and he like makes fun of it. And but like I was like, I hope nerds lose their minds that I'm in this.
That's
Just
so
to
funny.
be funny.
He was right. I did. God damn it. I wish he had a little bit more wisecracking, in all honesty, just because of his comedic background.
Yeah. I still thought he like had some funny lines. I thought he was like a sane man in a crazy world, kinda.
Yeah.
He's like, you were great. Like he just was like bringing up how Mando's kind of a madman.
Yeah, honestly.
Thoughts on the paint job about the Boba Fett?
Oh, the fresh paint job?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Very nice. Very, very pleasing to the eye.
I liked that they had met like we got to actually see like stormtroopers just kind of trying to do their thing half the time. We kind of showed like the
show, just them just in the lounge, just chilling.
The moral. I thought there was a bit of moral dubiousness because like, the people who attacked their transport are basically freedom fighters trying to get the Empire off the world, and Mando's just killing all of them. Mando's basically just killing rebels.
What did y'all think
and
about,
like the whole like weirdness of like the Imperials cheering for like doing like saving them and all this shit.
It felt weird to cheer to have the Empire like help. It felt weird to have them help.
And I love that.
Yeah, but they kind of bring that up in the episode, how it's like, you know, how far would you cross a line or like your morals to like
save your son?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of the scene where Mando takes off his helmet to like?
I thought it was much like compared to in season 1 where he's bleeding out and he's injured and he has to take his helmet off for a droid to help him. It's like there's all this stuff. I thought he was like, yeah, you gotta like the like reason to do it felt a lot weaker. It's like, yeah, there's like you gotta take your helmet off to like scan your face at a computer terminal, and the one guy doesn't want to do it, even though then he goes up to the officer anyways.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, yes, it might seem weaker, but there is like a purpose as to why it was so small. That small act of taking off his helmet and showing his face, that was to push his character arc of showing like how far he'd go. So he abandoning.
I'm okay with the reasoning. I just wish they spent more time like getting to that point. And
it was kind of like very quick, and it was like I felt there could have been a more compelling reason because like I feel like he didn't put up much of an argument. It was like, yeah, go up.
I think he wanted to.
But that's what it kind of reminds me of in a weird way.
But then he doesn't put up much of an argument. But then he has like the whole tense moment trying to take it off. It was like, it just felt weird to me.
It reminds me of the ending of Fallout 3 where you got to go into like the reactor and you have friends who can literally survive radiation. And like, this is your thing to do.
His name. I forget his name. Hawk?
Hawk. Strong is from Fallout 4.
Yeah.
And then also there's like the people and like there you have isn't there like a robot companion or like a ghoul companion or something too?
Definitely has to be.
It's like anyone else could do it.
Yeah.
That's how it felt with this episode.
So about this episode, about the guest, it's about the guest. It's of the week. Valen Hess, or I think it's Valen or Valen Hess. I forget how you say his name. He was he was an evil guy.
I loved him.
Yeah, he was great. He was great.
That actor always plays shitty people.
He was
do what you're good at.
It was very classic, like bad Nazi kind of guy.
Yeah.
He pulled it off fantastic, I thought. You know,
well, I will say the Empire are a bunch of Nazis.
Yeah.
They're not even trying to hide it. They look like villains.
Yeah. What's your name, officer? Like I don't know. It's how it's how he did. He did great.
How he said it.
Yeah. Like so condescending. Like, hey.
He always plays shitty guys.
He looks like a villain, sadly.
Yeah.
I think he killed. I think
the Night King. Oh my god.
That will yell racial slurs at you while you leave.
The man that killed Bruce Wayne's parents always plays shitty people, and
he's a chemist in Mandy.
He played Joe Chill in Batman Begins.
I thought Pope Burrows did really good, but then there's like, we're in a base full of Imperials, and we're gonna just like walk along an edge.
But I love how he killed him though, like because he kept like pissing, he kept like egging him on, and just being like,
him killing him. But I thought that like this continues what I have the problem with the season, where like the stormtroopers are just such chumps. I was never like, they're in danger. I was like, literally all these stormtroopers could have heart attack. They could shoot themselves, and they would have done as much as they did when they attacked.
The stormtroopers had every advantage possible. Filled to the brim. It was in their base. They were standing right outside. Literally, if one of them was just on the roof, could have been like, "Bup, bup, done." There we go. But no, they're trapped.
Do we ever see the like shadow troopers or whatever again? The stormtroopers in all black armor from season 1.
We saw them once.
I don't
piloting.
I don't remember either.
Well, the TIE fighter pilots wear all black too.
Yeah, but I think there's different armor though. It's a different helmet. But they mentioned it's Operation Cinder was mentioned.
Is Operation? Oh, is that like from Battlefront 2 or something?
Yes, it's not first from the game. It's from a prior like comic, I think, and then expanded in Battlefront 2.
Yeah, it's
Wait, the recent Battlefront 2?
Yes.
Yeah. My brother explained it to me. It's like after the the Emperor had a thing where like if I died, you guys need to go like punish the Empire, which is like an insane plan, and like just start raising planets and destroying everything.
Jesus Christ.
It's all it is having to destroy yourself from the inside. That's what the Empire did. It's because Palpatine had the idea of, like, you know, that dies with me. It's I'm the Empire. It dies with me. So just die from the inside is what
and I think that was a large, like, I think in Battlefront 2, does it, like, end with, like, a split between, like, the people who stay and then people who go to Exegol, the world's worst planet that shall never be thought of again?
Something like that, I'm pretty sure.
I thought this episode was great, though.
Yeah.
Like, Bill Burr made it better.
Yeah, Bill Burr gave, like, sagely advice for a weird criminal. They did the classic, it's such a shame how they died. Yeah, it is.
And the whole, we're not so different, you and I.
So we're coming back for season 3 at some point, right? Probably.
Yeah.
He should.
Probably.
It's a great moments. You know, it's in the episode. One was the seismic charge from the ship. It's from Attack of the Clones. I like that. Second was when the Mando sent the message to Moff Gideon, but that was almost a complete word for word from Moff Gideon saying, "It means more to me than you'll ever know."
Yeah, I was like, that doesn't sound like something Mando would say. Then my brother was like, no, that's what Moff Gideon said to Mando in season 1. I was like, oh.
I wish he changed like the end a little bit. Kind of like felt a little cheesy. More like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking murder the shit out of you. That kind of vibe instead of like, I love my son. But that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think it was just the callback, and so it felt weird because he's quoting something that personally he would never say that ever if he wasn't just like repeating his words.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pedro. It's for having to look so scared. You know, as part of that scene.
Thanks, man. I tried.
Yeah. It's great. I thought.
I don't know why. It's a side tangent. The Darksaber looks so badass. I don't know why I love that. I think it looks pimp. What's it called?
Well, we're about to see it because episode 8, chapter 16, the rescue.
Oh boy,
the rescue.
Okay.
Also, I was just gonna say that like there should have been a scene with the droid PTSD with all those dark troopers with Amanda.
Yeah, well, they just kind of dropped that plot line, so don't think about it.
They did totally drop that plot line, and I was like,
it's like, no, he got over it.
Yeah, he's over it, and like I thought, really all the way up until they're in the room waiting for the dark troopers, I was enjoying that episode. Like when Moff Gideon like tries to fight Mando and Mando beats the shit out of him. I wasn't surprised because Moff Gideon's like he's not like some badass warrior. He's just a dude.
Dude, that's why like when like Moff Gideon stepped up to him with the Darksaber, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? It's not gonna end well. Like you have no training.
And when he fought
sorry, go ahead.
No, say your thing.
Well, actually, I kind of enjoyed like how uncoordinated he was attacking. It felt real. It felt like he's not trained. You know.
Yeah, what was his character?
Like sorry.
You go, Mikey.
No, you got it.
Okay. Yeah, that went with this character, but the whole strategy of, all right, this is my one leverage. I'm gonna give it to you, and we're gonna be cool. Nah, fuck that. Let's fight.
It's typical villain shit.
You're not gonna win, man. We all know
I
it.
honestly, for a bit, I believed Moff Gideon was gonna let him go with the child.
Me too. I did too.
For a hot second, like he's gonna be like, "You can take him, but you have to get me out of here," or something like that.
I thought when he said like, "Oh, they're gonna start panicking when they realize I'm not in that room," and then it's like, "And that's because I'm blowing it up." And he was gonna kill everyone.
Oh my god!
That was like good for me. Every time I don't know why, just out of habit, every time I see like someone with a lightsaber in their hand, I just think they're force sensitive, and I'm just like, So I was like, oh, this is gonna be a dope ass weapon. It's gonna be lit. But then I realized, wait a minute, he's just a dude.
Just a dude with a
Same as Finn back in episode 7. You know, he's not.
Don't talk to me about Finn. I won't. No,
We're not talking about.
I
The
will
prequels
actually
are just
go
here to
off.
be disparaged and hated.
I'm saving for that till the end on why I think Disney hates black people with Star Wars.
That'll be its own video.
in this essay.
Yeah, but continue with the episode. I don't.
And then I will say, yeah, I was like, he's fighting this Dark Trooper. Is he gonna have like a flashback or something as the Dark Trooper, as this robot beats the shit out of him and he almost dies? Is he gonna like stumble and he just kills it?
Yeah, it would have been.
I will say it did actually beat the shit out of him for a bit though, which was good.
Yeah,
I hate
I
how
love
like,
that scene.
convenient airlocks are in the series.
Okay, I thought that like it was just gonna be the end because I forgot for a second that the Dark Troopers weren't human and could survive in space and could fly. So like,
Yeah.
I thought
I wasn't really surprised that the Dark Trooper, like, it makes sense that the Dark Troopers were in an airlock since they send them out and back. But also, they constantly have, like, the airlocks in the Star Wars don't, like, work like that. Because, like, they just, like, fly in and out of the ships. And they just have, like, this weird force shield that stops the air from going.
Mm.
But, like, it didn't even matter since they just flew back. And then they're all standing there, and the door's being punched down. And what's that? A green lightsaber and a gloved hand kills all of them.
Hold on, I'm gonna banner. If we're gonna get into that territory, I'll put the banner on right now to just talk about it.
Good
Okay.
transition, by the way. Very smooth.
Yes, very
Fuck this
smooth.
ending.
GG.
But yeah, okay. We'll all go around and say if you liked it or didn't like Mikey.
No.
Yeah, me hated it.
Yeah.
Rebecca.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm like very middle of the road about it.
Who's below me? Who's below me?
Whichever one I'm actually. Alec.
Okay, quick question. Are we putting nostalgia into play or no?
However you felt about it, you can.
Yeah.
It's your personal opinion.
I liked it. I liked
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I did not enjoy it.
Yes. Okay.
Because for me, I'm just like, yo, Luke. I mean, granted, I know Luke is important. I understand, but like, there are other Jedi's in the sea, bro. Come on now, like, just stop using Luke for shit.
All I'm
My-
gonna say is it wasn't Ezra, so I was happy about that.
When the real one should have been Mace Windu coming back.
It's Mace Windu's one of the worst Jedi in the series.
You're racist.
No, I'm not. He just is.
That's not even true though.
He's pretty bad. Mace Windu is like, he represents all the flaws with the Jedi Order. He's super dogmatic. He suppresses all his emotions.
They don't. Is that the
He
flaw?
suppresses- He's so dogmatic. He is one of the reasons Anakin fell to the dark side.
Anakin fell to
Black man down, McLovin.
Like,
I know that they tried their best with his face.
oh, his face is horrible. I hope we can all agree that that was.
It looked
monstrous.
like a deep fake. It looked like a fucking deep fake.
So I have an opinion. on that.
Okay.
So I have an opinion.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
So as you kind of know, I am a person who goes into like stuff behind the scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So about young Luke, that was Luke to me. I saw that in his
He
face.
looked like Luke, but I think the big problem was whenever he said anything.
So how
It was the lips for me.
I want to hear Alec out first.
Yeah, sorry.
So how they did it so far, I'm sure that in the season 2, it's of the documentary, but I think they might go in depth. So how it worked was, but that they had 3 actors. Apparently, from the stuff I know, Mark Hamill was on set for that. So Mark got credited for his likeness. That's why he's in the credits.
Yeah.
It's from his young appearance. So then a stand-in, it's of the final scene, that, like, you know, that body but that's a stand-in. So it's similar how they did it to Tarkin and Leia back in Rogue One. Then third actor is the double who's fighting. So
yeah, that's
so now right now, I don't know who did the voice. Some are saying it's Mark Hamill with modulations to make him sound younger.
that would make sense. Like he sounded right, but it's just like whenever his mouth moved, I was like, that is not how a human being looked when they talk, because his lips didn't
if you
open
watch
a lot.
special effects things, a lot of times they say is they usually don't get the upper lip right when they're doing stuff. And so
Yeah,
like,
we all
you know,
know that. Justice League. So
Except also too of how it was is that like, you know, about like it not looking like in sync. Like, you know, it's a TV show. It's not high budget movie like Tarkin and Leia got because it costs more money to do it for them.
You know
So,
what?
like
You're right.
Tarkin
I
and
do
Leia
forget
also
about that.
look weird.
This is
But
a
like,
TV
if
show.
you can't do something well, I'd prefer you just don't do it.
I think
you
it was not on screen
been,
enough time to be like bad. I think it was okay.
Yeah.
You definitely could have been a little bit of a distance where you.
Yeah, he could have like been in shadow.
Yeah,
or
keep it in the
He has
shadow.
a
I think just in general, seeing him like not as an old man is part of what's weird about it.
Yeah, but like
maybe.
Well, like, you know, except to me, it's, you know, but that would have been super weird. Like, you know, I think to me, it kind of, to me, it could have been weird if that was just a full copy and paste from Mark Hamill from 1983 from Return of the Jedi. To me, him looking a bit older 5 years later, like, you know, timeline wise, it made sense. Like, okay, it's young Mark Hamill, but not the same exact face.
Well, I didn't expect him to look the exact same. I just like when he talked or when he moved his head, it just didn't match up with what actually happens with a person. His
it felt more like a video game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, but like really,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good, but it's just like my main problem isn't with that, and it's like
my main problem is just like there are other Jedis out there, bro.
My thing isn't even that. Like, if you took that scene and you replaced it with any other Jedi, it would have still hated it.
Really?
Because
it's a Deus Ex Machina. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's a massive Deus Ex Machina. Like, you finally have a chance for them to like be fighting for their lives. You have this super cool threat, and you've shown them constantly, and they're beating down the door, and then they all stop, and a dude kills them all. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Why? Like, you could have had Mando using a darksaber. Like, there's like so many chances.
I would have loved to see that.
Would have been awesome if Mando.
I would have loved to see
There's like so much opportunity, and they squander it to have Luke Skywalker kill everyone, or a Jedi kill everyone, because like Jedi are awesome. But this isn't about the Jedi. It's about the Mandalorian.
So you're saying have the show be about its original characters?
Yes.
And
That's a bold statement.
It's for fan service. Which is actually like, no, but Mikey, that is a bold statement because a big portion of people who watch The Mandalorian are casuals. It can't be denied. No, tons of people coming in are like, who's Ahsoka? You know what I mean? Like, oh, like you know, tons of people jumped on this show. Not everybody. I'm not saying the whole fan base of like, you know, it's people watch the show, but tons of people are here for Baby Yoda. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
to a lesser degree.
Like, you know, it's people know who Luke Skywalker is. You know what I mean? Because he, like, you know, pop cultural icon. People don't know Ahsoka. So the show has to do a good job of having to skew the line with having casual viewers and fans.
So I think Luke, if Luke showed up, like Luke showing up and taking Baby Yoda to be trained in his temple makes lots of sense. He's the preeminent Jedi in the galaxy. He's the hero of the rebellion. He's like it, you know, in the sequels, as damned as I hate them, he has a Jedi temple. But I didn't like the fact that he also saved them from what was set up as the cool, badass robot threat.
Honestly, though,
the guy who has a fear of robots.
After hearing what you're saying, your reasoning, I kind of agree. Yeah, that would have been so much better to see. Wow.
The robots were so great.
Yeah, but just imagine Mando with a darksaber just taking them all out or attempting to. Take them all out. Would have been sick.
Yeah, and also the fact that like they could have gotten in and punched that door down in the time it took for Luke to like get like the fact that all of them stopped was kind of just weird.
I wonder if Luke used the Force or no.
You see him use the Force to like crush one of them, so he's like,
yeah. I saw him toss one at one point. That was pretty cool.
He pushed an object at one of them.
That hallway scene,
It was cool, but
complete parallel to Vader in Rogue One. I love that.
Yeah, it was cool, but just like Luke and anyone.
Could have been anyone in it. Like, I want to watch the heroes like fight the big bad threat.
I get it.
Also, I want to say I love because I don't know much about like the Darksaber and like the whole Mandalorian stuff. Well, much as we got from the Mandalorian season 1 and 2 with that little like lore, but I love the fact that Bo couldn't take it because because of that.
You don't know a lot about it. Problem for people who do, which Alec will probably know.
I will talk about that. Yes. So back in Rebels, so long story short, it's Sabine Wren got the Darksaber, and they had an arc in season 4 of having to take back its Mandalore from like a bad clan or something like that. It's like a bad ruler. So it's Sabine was like, I'm not made to fit to rule Mandalore. So it should go to someone who can rule. She handed it without a fight. She handed it to Bo-Katan. Bo didn't object.
Oh, really?
Not much.
Wow.
It's either a plot hole or they're gonna fill in that hole.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just like, what if she feels the need that she has to fight to win it because people thought she was like an imposter. She was a fake ruler.
Well, she probably lost it if she has to get it back.
She also got her ass beat.
So back at first, it's my thought was, oh yeah, that's kind of a plot hole. But I kind of did some reading from like other fans, and it's my perspective, Bo accepted it not out of superstition, but now she's superstitious because she took the saber without a fight, then lost her planet to the Purge from Moff Gideon. So her loss makes her superstitious of, just because I didn't fight for it means that I lost it. So now she's superstitious because she lost her
it's like fucking Mandalorian karma then?
And so now she's superstitious. It's in a stickler. It's for the rules, saying no. It's her saying back at the start of the episode, "Let me take him down." That's a red herring, saying that she needs to do it. Then her saying to Mando, "What have you done?" In that scene, that's her saying that she had to take it from him.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I think that's also going to be like obviously I think season 3 is all going to be about Mandalore, what it means to be a Mandalorian, his origins, his creepy clan, taking back Mandalore. And if Sabine Wren doesn't show up, I'll be like, what the fuck? I want to see a cool graffiti Mandalorian.
But also the Darksaber just looks awesome. I just think it looks.
It does.
I want to see the Darksaber be used for something better than wailing on Mando or cutting open a TIE fighter.
Yeah, but like it's honestly probably like some of like my favorite like looking Darksabers, like the lightsabers in Star Wars. I think it looks so sick, and it's like an actual blade, so it looks like a little more unique and distinct.
Yeah, it's like the most unique lightsaber.
Yeah, like, sorry, does anyone have any like dumb like lightsabers that you hate? Like, I want to just get out of the way real quick. Like
dumb what that we hate?
Like lightsabers, like designs, like that you like hate.
Ray's lightsaber in 9.
Whose lightsaber?
Ray's.
Ray's. Okay.
I hate that literally you only show it at the very end of the movie. Why does it exist?
I didn't like that. It's for the holiday special. That's why
it looks bulky and dumb.
Okay.
I don't really remember, but it reminds me of the Temple Guard lightsabers.
It's the Sentinel sabers, is what they are.
All right. So Rebecca, then who else? Who else wants to say their worst lightsaber in Star Wars?
No, I don't have one. I think most lightsabers are really cool.
Do you have one?
I guess Ezra's is kind of jank.
Okay.
His original one, it's a gun lightsaber.
I thought it was cool.
Gun lightsaber.
It's like also supposed to be like really jank on purpose.
So, Christian, you got one?
No, I was asking if you had one since you brought it
Oh
up.
yeah, I don't like Kylo Ren's lightsaber.
I like
You don't
Kylo
like
Ren.
It's okay.
I hate that. Just like, okay, it looks cool. I mean, it's typical lightsaber. Then the little pew pew through this. What
His
the
hilt
fuck?
guards.
No. It looks so weird.
Nah, they're useful.
They're really not.
It's
They're really not though. Like, no.
They kind of made them useful in 7, and after that, they kind of didn't care.
it's one saber that I don't think is a bad design, but like it's kind of like a pain to use. It's probably Count Dooku's, but I can
Curved handles.
but it's only curved just because that's because Christopher Lee is a skilled fencer. That's why I like that.
Never mind. Wasn't there a lightsaber? I don't know who it belonged to, but like it was basically two lightsabers together on like an axis, so that like someone pressed the button, it spun around.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was the Inquisitor.
Head Inquisitor, yeah.
Yeah, that
They
shit
fucking-
is stupid.
The worst. No. I don't think they're that bad, except they fucking fly on them, and that's ridiculous. They hold them above their heads and helicopter away, and that is the dumbest thing in the world. Oh wait, is Ray's
That one,
lightsaber not a staff? What is the point? I thought it was a staff.
No.
I don't know what it is, but it looks stupid.
Wait, I never watched episode 9 because like I didn't care.
You don't have to.
I think her staff. Oh no! Oh, wait, no, Robert.
I'm gonna look it up in
I think her
screen.
saber. It's at the end. Is like it's parts of her staff. It's parts of her saber. Are pieces of her staff. I think.
Yeah, but like you think that like, oh, this person fought with a staff forever, so they're gonna have like a cool like staff-esque lightsaber. No, it's just a lightsaber. There's a yellow blade. And like the Jedi Temple Guards also have yellow blades, and their lightsabers are staff-like. And I was like, nobody like
Yellow's
that.
the worst color.
All right, back to the Mandalorian for a second.
All right.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Not
I
lightsaber.
want to talk about the like very last scene where he like takes off the helmet and says goodbye to Baby Yoda.
That was good. That
That
was
was
very
that
Would
was
have been better
really
if he
Did
just taken
anyone
his
cry?
mask off in the when they were in the fort.
Yeah.
If they saved it to the end, there's no threat or anything. He's just saying goodbye to someone he loves, and he takes the helmet off.
Yeah.
It's
I
part
mean,
of
you
me
know,
who
just a
wonders.
little bit. Yeah.
I didn't
I mean,
cry because I don't do that. But like it gave me the
Mike,
feels.
It's wait. So it's a question for Christian. So do you think if Pedro's face wasn't seen until this episode,
I
then
would've loved that.
but that has more like meat to it emotionally? You mean?
Yeah, like first season, last episode, I really would have appreciated if he took his mask off, but we the viewers didn't see it.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
Okay.
like and this second season, just didn't happen what happened in the fort, and then we saw it then and there. I think that would have been perfect.
Show Pedro from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
or
Yeah.
just have like you just see the IG 11 IG unit over him.
Exactly. Yeah.
Though
But it
I will
was
say
still
like
a nice scene.
face
Still nice.
reveals don't mean as much here because like we all knew it would be Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Well, it could have been an alien, Robert.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what if it was Pedro? Well, we saw him as a
Is it
baby.
Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah.
Have any of you guys ever watched or read Goblin Slayer?
No.
No.
It's an
Yeah.
anime and like
I watched the anime. Yeah.
yes, and like at the very end, the final thing, he takes off his helmet, and then
Mhm.
everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's hot!"
It's kind of like Kylo
That would have been
back
great.
in 7, a little bit.
But
I
like
wanted-
that reminds me of that because Goblin Slayer is like a really weird, asocial, crazy guy who's just obsessed with killing goblins, and then he takes
Yeah.
off his helmet
Yeah.
to humanize him.
He's the pure definition of murder hobo.
He really is a murder hobo.
Yeah. I really wanted Pedro Pascal to have like an extra thick mustache though, when he took off the helmet, just to be like, oh, whoa.
like Dennis and SpongeBob SquarePants movie, where he just rolls one out of nowhere.
Is he
I feel like if Pedro Pascal he takes off his helmet off and he's completely disheveled, that would make a lot of sense because he's a crazy person.
Yeah, he's a heavy dude though. So
yeah.
What if he
it's hard to
up a lot?
It's hard to mess that up.
It's how he was back at the end of season 1. He's all bloody, you know?
Yeah.
And that made him like human in that moment. Is that like, you know, oh no, like, you know, yeah, it's Pedro, but you know, it's Pedro Pascal. He's a handsome man, but he's disheveled, he's bloody. That's what they did back at the end of season 1. And maybe with this one, they could have sweat, hair disheveled, you know, like blood, you know?
Yeah.
So, is that it for the last episode?
No, there's the after credits.
Oh yeah, that
with the robot.
Universe building.
He could be concussed completely. We don't know that.
You're right.
he that entire scene, Baby Yoda was going in and out of focus.
I smell toast.
Also, you know, so Robert, I know of how you feel about Luke, but thoughts on R2 showing?
I love R2.
I thought that was kind of cute.
Yeah,
I like R2.
R2's just good.
Like he was like talking to Baby Yoda. I was like,
yeah.
I could always be mad at Luke showing up, but I will always be like, anytime R2's in the scene, I'm like, yes, I love it.
I like
R2's like
fucking love Luke Skywalker. I just didn't like Luke Skywalker saving them. He's like, I'm a Luke guy. Green lightsabers are better than blue lightsabers.
So do R2 and Grogu know each other because of his time at the Jedi Temple back on Coruscant?
I didn't even think about that. I just think he was just talking at him. I don't think we're ever going to get any more on that. Anyways.
I think they just vibe because, you know, they're marketable plushies.
Yeah. I thought like R2 and Grogu are both seen as kind of cute characters and silly characters, and so they brought them.
You know what's funny though? Like I always forget that, like, you know, because like R2 isn't a fridge because there is an R2D2 fridge or like cooler that exists. Anyone know about that?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, there's like someone, I think, like, I don't know, like the cooler that like some company sold. It's literally R2D2, but it's just like it's a cooler for stuff.
Okay.
He needs a cooler compartment. Wait. So we want to talk about the end credit scene?
Yeah. Oh, I guess there's two scenes. Or one thing I forgot. I did bring it up. Like Boba and Bo-Katan meeting, and then Bo-Katan being like, "Fuck you, bud." I love that. That solved all my problems with Boba being in the season.
I actually didn't see the end credit scene because I was watching it illegally.
There was an end credit scene though, even illegally.
It basically just announced Boba Fett show.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Boba the Hutt. It's the book.
Boba the Hutt.
Boba the Hutt.
It's not a hut. The Hutts are a species, unless Boba.
It's a joke.
Fuck you. Nothing's funny.
It's a serious podcast for intellectuals.
So
about Star Wars.
So the first thing, thoughts on seeing freaking Bib Fortuna again.
Fat Bib Fortuna was the best thing in that show ever.
Okay, like I didn't know the name. I forgot the name, but I'm like, I do know you. Why is he here?
he was the Jabba's major domo.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, Jabba's dead. I'll be a fat sack of shit, I guess."
Yeah.
And I think it really it brought back the whole thing that Boba Fett is like a super bad, mean criminal who works for super shady guys, and now he's gonna go back to being that. I hope in the show he's evil. He just kills people left and right
with his knee rockets.
Yeah, he's a bad man.
Mm-hmm. Except,
sorry, go ahead.
Robert. So, about him being a bad man. Yes, he has to be not heroic, but they need a character that that the audiences can kind of relate to. You know what I mean?
But I don't want it to be Boba, because like he like in the original trilogy he worked for the Empire, and the Empire.
Right. No. Right. It's like it's I understand that. It's just like they have to find a balance. Like yes, have Boba be a bad guy, but they need to not drive him away from casual audience.
Well, I think what they tried to do this season was like try and make him like one of those like honor type guys. So that comes from. But I think there's like 10 million Star Wars shows coming out, so it's okay if one's about just like a straight up villain.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Also,
want to talk
be
about
a sadist and torture people, he doesn't have to be like Jabba the Hutt who feeds people to a fucking rancor and has
have a code.
Yeah.
Like,
also, if y'all want to talk about the announcements, we can at the end if you want.
No, this isn't turning into yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need two more.
Like, if people stick strictly to a code, we're automatically totally cool with them. Like, there could be like a guy who just murders babies, but like, no, I only do it on Tuesdays. Only on Tuesdays. And we're like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Let's go. He's on a schedule. I like this.
Yeah. He's doing what we're all thinking.
I mean, is Boba getting his own show?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I want a scene where he just kills everyone with his knee rockets, and that's it.
It's called.
I
I have a problem.
I want to slaughter 20 people with his knee rockets.
I have a problem with almost all the shows that they announced, and that the names.
I think we want to talk about them briefly because I just want to know more about them because I don't know what's going on with those shows.
Okay. Well,
Mikey, none of us know what's going on. They just drop like titles.
Basically, all of them. I don't have a list right with me, but they're basically all just the names of the characters. I'm like, that's so.
Like Bad Batch. What the hell is Bad Batch?
So
that was in Clone Wars. If you watched last,
they appear in the final season of Clone Wars.
Okay.
The and the other ones that aren't really self-explanatory are Acolyte, which takes place during the High Republic, which is like a few hundred years ago. So like young Yoda. And it'll follow, I think, a Sith acolyte.
Okay.
Or a Jedi. It'll follow, like, the Force people.
Yeah.
And the rest are kind of self-explanatory.
I know, like, Ahsoka. Like, that was a thing that I saw.
Jin Erso from Rogue One's getting his own show.
Why, though?
Wait, Jin, but
I thought he was really...
No, it's Cassian.
Cassian. Who's Jin Erso again?
It's Andor.
Is there a timeliner, an image, or something that's, like, up?
Yeah. Jin Erso to go. Cassian, I thought Cassian Andor. I'm glad he's getting his own show because he's the seedy underbelly of the rebellion. He killed his informant, no questions asked.
Showing how he met K2 as well. That should be cool.
Yes, that will be awesome because K2 was great.
I think he's coming back too.
Wait a minute.
Coming back to do it. So
my boy's getting the show. Holy shit! Fucking Lando.
Oh yeah, basically nothing's known about the Lando show.
Yeah.
Will Childish Gambino come back as Lando?
We don't know, but I have a theory. I
think it'd be really weird if they didn't. If they did like young Lando and they had a second guy play young Lando.
Yeah, because like I didn't watch the Solo yet. Like I'm just lazy to watch it, but I only was gonna watch it just to see Donald Glover as Lando.
He's great. He's good. He's a suave man. He falls in love.
Dope. Okay, because I remember seeing the interview with him and Billy D. Williams, and he was asking him like, "Yo, what? Give me some tips on being Lando." He's like, "Okay, just be a smooth motherfucker. That's it. That's all you gotta do."
So how Lando might work is because, like, at the end of
image of the thing. But sorry, go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
So kind of it's at the end of 9 is like a tease of Lando is with his daughter, kind of. It's like teasing, like, hey, so how are you from where? She goes, I don't know. And he goes, well, let's find out. But that's basically teasing like a spinoff of some sort. So how they could do it maybe is have it kind of like The Hobbit. It's like, it's old Lando but telling stories, and then young Lando acting them out.
Maybe. Well, so in episode 9, they cut the content. They cut scenes and the story about him realizing that's his daughter. That was planned in episode 9.
Realizing what?
So, in episode 9, basically, there's a girl, and she's irrelevant. It's whatever. But then, Lando meets her, and Lando's like, oh, where are you from? And it's like, they cut the content that's Lando's like bastard daughter, basically.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
But also the way it is in the scene, it sounds like Lando's trying to have sex with her. Lando wanted to fuck his daughter.
Well, let's
all right,
find out.
so from this image, okay, Bad Batch. Okay, I knew about the Kenobi show that's been rumored for a while. So
Yeah, I'm super hyped for Kenobi. Literally, you could cancel every other show and just keep Kenobi, and I'd be
Hayden's
happy.
coming back.
Yeah, Hayden's
that
doing it.
shocked me
The
because like
return of the king.
because this man always like says he's retiring from acting, and like he was for a while, but I guess he's back now for this.
I also really hope that in the Ahsoka show, Ahsoka talks to Anakin's ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Like that
for real?
needs to happen. It'd be so weird if it didn't. Visions is like a collection of like animated short stories from anime people.
That's cool.
Bad Batch are clones, and they're like off color. They're like failed clones, and so they're like
Suicide Squad, but clones.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
We're all
Basically.
voiced by one guy. But
Yeah, it's like a big guy, a smart guy. One of them's literally just Rambo as a clone.
That's hilarious.
But and like I think it's gonna take place during the transition from the Republic to the Empire, and they'll probably being like the failed ones. They'll like rebel.
There's a trailer out for that, so you can watch it.
Yeah, I'll give it. I'll check it out.
Wait, Rob. But super quick question. I don't know if they had their chips in them. Did they?
I don't know, and I assume that'll be like part of the show.
So
Yeah,
maybe they do. It's Order 66 and like don't remember or something.
Yeah,
What's is this great story? Like, what's that about?
that's just gonna be like basically a special effects demo. It's not a show. It's like a special.
Okay.
Wait, what? It's a droid story?
Yeah, it's like I think it's being made by ILM, which is their special effects company. So I assume it's going to be a lot of like showcasing special effects, and it's just going to be a funny special about droids that has.
Well, I heard that it's R2 and C-3PO are in it, so I think it's Daniels is coming back.
I'm surprised since no one likes him. Isn't he like really rude?
I've heard that he's kind of a prima donna, but listen, it's YouTube. You didn't hear it from me, so
yeah. So Cassian Andor, the Andor's going to be 5 years before the events of Rogue One.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they're doing Acolyte is set in a pocket. It doesn't. There's no information except it's during the High Republic, which is like 200 years ago. Okay, yeah. So 200 years ago.
And then Rogue Squadron, what's that about?
So Rogue Squadron is going to be the next movie, and it's going to follow the Rogue Squadron, which was the TIE fighter group that Luke was part of. And it's going to be directed by the woman who directed Wonder Woman.
It's Patty Jenkins.
Oh shit! Really? Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool. All right, man. I mean, I'm most excited for Lando. I'm sorry, I just love I love Lando.
Yeah,
dude.
I think Lando's is pretty far out. Like when they tweeted about it, they didn't even have that picture.
Wait. So I don't know if we talked about it's Rangers. It's Republic, or did we?
No. So yeah, Rangers of the New Republic is gonna, maybe be the same TIE fighter pilots as we see in Mandalorian. I hope not, because they're not very compelling.
So I think So I think a few days ago, I think Favreau talked about this. He said that I think either him but Kathleen Kennedy said this. It's at the announcements. Apparently, it's Rangers, Ahsoka, and Mando. Are all tied together in some way. So he said, she is I think she said that Ahsoka is same time as Mandalorian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same with Rangers.
So probably her plot is her hunting down Thrawn and Ezra.
Looking for Ezra, hunting down Thrawn, and then that's gonna and then the Rangers will come in and Mando will come in, I guess, and you hope it'll be good.
All right. So should we wrap it up then? I think we've covered everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got everything done.
Yeah, I mean, so far, man, it was good. It was good. It was a good season.
I hope that I don't know, that I feel like someone might die. Like season 1, they killed 2 they killed 2 people and they injured a lot of others.
Yeah, I have
Season
no
one.
like thoughts on like what to expect from the next season. So I
It's gonna
mean,
be about Mandalore.
It's going to be a while too, because apparently right now they are filming. It's the thing with Boba is filming right now. But then afterwards, shooting starts for season 3. So Mando probably won't come out until 2022 because currently it's the thing with Boba comes out next December. So
And all productions on everything in the world stopped for like 8 months, 6 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's going to be like a basically at some point there'll just be a lull in all like programming.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm excited for Boba and like Lando mostly. Bad Batch sounds interesting, so I'm gonna check that out. But I might have to finish Clone Wars first before I do that.
The first 4 episodes of the final season of Clone Wars is about the Bad Batch.
Got it. Okay. All right. So yeah, I guess we're good. Thanks for people who are watching. Thanks for y'all panelists for doing this. It's fun. I enjoyed it. I learned a lot. So Christian, you want to do the since you're here, you want to do the outro?
Bro, you gotta stop getting me on these things. Like I never know when I'm gonna do it or not. All right. Let me think of something. All right, gents. Holiday season. Happy Christmas Eve. Oh man, you really put me on the spot on this. I was not expecting it at all. Make sure to wrap your presents. And that's all I got, Mikey.
All right. Well, we're
Thank
not
you,
going to do any podcasts for the next
Thank you,
few days,
Robert. Thank
obviously
you.
because of Christmas and the holiday. But we're gonna do some more stuff probably during the weekend and next week. So stay tuned for that. Yep, that's basically it. Quote the bird without fear, wash your damn hands, and we'll see y'all in the next one. All right. Bye bye, people.
Bye.
Have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Bye.